Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. You're tuning into Bees, and this is Bees Poppin', and I have a very special co-host. I wanted to, welcome. And so, King Paul, thank you so much for, coming on, and it's a great honor to have you on the panel, man.
Oh, it's my
Yeah,
pleasure. Thank you, Bees, for the invitation. I appreciate it.
yeah. So, so what was your like your experiences through going through the whole Guinness World of Records, holding the amount of pops is I think we estimate, was it 5,306?
Ye- Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And we have a little bit more than that now, but it's not an official record above that. But yes, yep, that's right. Yeah, I'd be
Oh.
happy to talk about it. So the whole Guinness thing happened. When I started collecting Funko Pop, probably around 2015. I know about Guinness. I really like the Guinness World Record books and used to look at them when I was a kid and everything, like most people. But I never really connected the two to even think about that there's a record for these.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine, well, I was at about probably 3,000 and a friend of mine had mentioned, "Hey, maybe you have the world record." And I was like, "Why would it be a world record?" But there is, and I looked it up, and I think at the time it was 1,000 or something was the record. So I went ahead and applied for it, and at the time that I applied for it, kind of a year later or so, I had about 4,300, and I got the record initially at 44,300, and then
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I beat the record, my own record, a year later. And so that's the current record that's in the book that just came out, the 2021 Guinness book and all that. So that's the 5,306. But in no way was I initially intending to do any of that.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay. Yeah. So what before Funko had the before Funko, yeah, uh who were you like before collecting, like before Funko,
mhm.
were you always a collector, yeah,
Yes.
growing up? Hmm.
Yeah, I've always been big into comic books, so I like superhero comics and all that. So I've collected comics since elementary school, grade school,
Yeah.
and still do, to my wife's dismay. But I still collect comics, today, and I've collected comics and action figures and different like GI Joe, Ninja Turtles, Transformers. I grew up in the '80s, early '90s,
Yeah.
so a lot of the retro toys that are out now, was my childhood. So,
Oh.
I did always collect something, whether it was toys or comic books.
Yeah.
Um, and then Funko, how I got onto that, I had heard about Funko, kind of. I had seen Wacky Wobblers before, and I know that
Hmm.
was their main, uh, item that they had for almost 20 years, essentially. And they've
Yeah.
tried out other lines and stuff. But a coworker had introduced me to Funko. She had bought me the Spider-Man Hawkeye Civil War 2 pack for my birthday,
Oh,
uh,
wow.
around the time of that movie when it came out. And I was like, "What are these? These are amazing. They're bobbleheads. They're superheroes. I love superheroes. Like, this is a win-win." And
Yeah.
and it just was kind of off to the races from there.
Oh,
So
yeah. Oh, that's lovely. And for myself, I was born in '85, and I love the whole Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and yeah, and going with Street Sharks to Biker Mice from Mars, and those kind of ones, and watching the cartoon Agro's connection.
mhm.
And yeah, so it was um, yeah,
A lot of good stuff came out of the '80s. A lot
yeah,
of
yeah, and so yeah, I just wanted to we've got the chat here, so I just want to say hello everyone in the chat. So we've got Juliet Shooter, which is my mum here, and she's says good morning, host Paul. and
Good evening. It's good. It's an evening
good
here.
evening.
And,
Yeah, yeah, it's evening in the US. We've got Supine. Um,
oh,
yeah,
yeah. Good.
uh,
Philippines. That's awesome.
yeah. So she's from the Philippines. We have Lady Dancia. Um, we have Lady Shyla. Uh, we have Ixnay Mamave. Hello and welcome. And we have Lady Grace. Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
So,
Cool. Yeah. Welcome.
yes. um, so, yeah, what was the biggest thing that attracted you to the to the Funkos and yeah.
I would say the fact. Well, initially when I started, I told myself I was only going to collect superheroes. So
Superheroes.
yeah, Marvel and DC, and that was it. And then, like most of us probably on here can relate to, you start in one avenue and then it kind of expands, right? You start in one way, kind of expands.
Yeah.
So then I had to get they have GI Joe. Wait a minute, they have Ren and Stimpy. Wait a minute, they have like
Oh,
all different things. And so then
yeah.
it's into this. I'll just do a quick, panorama.
Oh, there we go.
You
Yeah,
know,
to the viewers, you
yeah,
can
so
see all there and
kind of
there as well.
both of
Nice.
them. But
Mm.
yeah, I'm in my man cave, my basement. So this is where I have all my stuff. But and the pops aren't allowed. My wife says they're not allowed to come above the basement, so they have to stay down here. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, so I was initially just gonna collect Marvel and DC, and then it just kind of expanded from there. But what I like about them is it captures the essence of the character
Yeah.
without it being. I mean, obviously doesn't look exactly like the character. So, for instance, I just have some Speed Racer pops laying next to
Oh,
me. I'm going to be doing a YouTube video, kind of a review on all the Speed Racer pops.
on the freeway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause I just finally picked up the Chase one of
Oh,
these.
look at that. Oh, that's cool. You
Yeah,
got the chase one too. Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
just the fact that there's a certain style to them. They're able to kind of popify a character, whatever you want to call it, and
Yeah.
it's just a nice size. It's aesthetically pleasing, I
Mm.
guess, and I like the way that they look. Out of box. So if you
Yeah.
were just
So
out of
you've
box
got all the
row,
are they yeah. Are they the horror ones, yeah? The
yeah,
ones
the
behind
horror
Oh,
shelf.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then it goes
And
up
then
there.
it goes up the top there as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that just happens to be randomly behind me, but I just kind of like how they look, and
Mm.
actually the one interestingly, the one of the reasons why there was many different reasons I think that contributed to how this grew the way it did, because it's a little bit insane, right? But
Mm.
how it grew the way it grew, where I work, my office, I used to bring all these into the office, and so I work for a mental health
Oh,
company. So I was a
yeah.
director for a mental health agency, and so we have
Mm.
kids and families coming in for therapy, for
Mhm.
mental health therapy. And so when they would come in, I started to put these up, and it kind of became a museum. It kind of became this thing where people would come and they'd want to see it, and
Yeah.
kids would go to see their therapist, or before or after they'd come and look. And so everybody in the office wanted to see, like, what's the new stuff, like what are some new that you have. So it kind of
Yeah.
contributed like this pressure a little bit, to kind of get some new stuff up, and it also helped me during a difficult time too, personally. So I know many of us can probably relate to that.
Yeah.
Something in your life that you can focus on, a positive hobby, a way to connect with other people and
That's
connect
it.
with other collectors, and that's really important.
Yeah, because with Funko, everyone is a fan of something, and
Mhm.
knowing that what you love to collect is yeah, it really brings happiness, joy, and
Yeah.
that kind of thing. And yeah, so for me, how I started, yeah, was the very first one. Uh, well, I had a friend of mine in the Philippines, and yeah, she owned a few stores, and she sent me a package in the mail, and in the package, I received these pop vinyls, and at the time, I didn't know what they were, and
Right.
things like that, and I have these ones in the collection, and they are the
Oh, is that
uh,
Jeremy Lin and
yeah. So that's Jeremy Lin. So he's got the name at the back there.
Very cool.
So I have him displayed out of the box, and then I have this one here, which is which is how
Cool.
I know, and yeah, and I know that the Kobe Bryant one is very high in price, which I don't have, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and then so yeah, those are the two ones that I have, and they were in a package that was sent to me, and with no box or anything, and I was like, oh wow, I really like these, and yeah, I didn't know where to go from there.
Right.
Yeah,
Those are cool.
and
That kind of capture that initial Funko Pop essence, like the very first lines had. You know, now they're more stylized and they look a lot different. But back then, that really captured the kind of the really cool pop look. You know, I like
yeah,
these pops like that.
yeah,
Mhm.
and so with your uh, pops behind you and everything like that, you do you have the boxes, or do you have them somewhere stored, or do
Yes,
you? Yeah,
I do. I keep all the boxes. Some of them don't have their box because I'm an out of box collector. If it's
yeah.
a more valuable pop, like for instance, Lotso from Toy Story, so
Oh
he's got
yeah.
$200 some pop, right?
Mhm.
$250 pop. So I
Yeah.
found him for $20 loose. And
Oh wow.
so I will take that deal any day, right? I would rather pay $20 for a pop I'm going to take out of the box anyway than 250 just so I can have the box. So I do save all the boxes. I categorize them and I store them in kind of big Home Depot boxes, and
Yeah.
they're down here too. So I have a side room that has all my comics and stuff, and that's where all those boxes are. So it's all
Oh
categorized, and if I ever
yeah.
decide to sell a pop or something, I can go find it, pull it out, and box it back up, and then sell it.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. And I know, yeah, like, uh, yeah, it's would have a big storage. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably have, oh man, probably like 40, 35 or 40 Home Depot boxes
Oh
that are
well.
they're just full of pop boxes. So
Yeah. Oh, okay. Um, so we've got here, we've got ex Mama Bear says, "Hello, Paul. Um, your co-host for tonight. You both awesome in your chosen field." Um, yeah.
yeah, it's a very rewarding field. I'm sure you would say too.
um, who else we have? Uh, Private Mirror liked Hello Host. Yeah. Um, yeah. Yeah.
Cool, awesome.
Um, so, so Paul, what is your most valuable or memorable Funko Pop that is in your whole collection there? Yeah.
So the most valuable pop would probably be the original She-Ra from He-Man.
Shira.
Yeah,
Yes, I saw that in your video. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So she's probably, I know she's the most valuable that I have, and she's like around 700 ish, like, kind of fluctuates between 650, something like that. And I think I
Yeah.
paid a couple hundred. So I usually don't spend a whole lot on one pop. It's usually more of a bulk across, many pops. But I did buy her and the original He-Man together for, I think, a couple $100. So I thought it was a pretty good deal,
Oh yeah.
a handful of years ago. But she's the most valuable, and my most kind of, I guess, treasured pop or meaningful pop would be the holiday or the Valentine's Day Stitch.
Ah yes. That
I,
one. Yeah.
I gave that to my wife, and I'll say
Mm.
it right this time because on another interview I said I gave it to my wife when I proposed to her, and someone's like, "You gave her that instead of a ring?" And I'm like, "No, no, I gave her the ring and the pop. This pop was given to her with the ring." Um,
Mhm.
and she said yes, obviously. So, but that's kind of the pop I gave to her when I proposed. So
When you
that's
propose.
that's
Oh, that's really sweet. Yeah.
a meaningful pop. So
Hmm. Yeah. So with me, like my most valuable is mm, I say would be the Ghost Rider on the bike, which I have in a glass cabinet.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and then my most memorable would be where my mum was in the Philippines, and she waited in line in this really long line, and she was able to get me the Jollibee,
Oh,
which
nice.
is the glow in the dark, and yeah, so this is the one that is most yeah, memorable in my collection. Yeah,
That's awesome. Now,
and
have you ever eaten? Have you eaten at that restaurant before?
Yeah, so basically, when I was in the Philippines, yeah, I it's very like nostalgia, like going there and having like spaghetti. You got your burger, and then you've also got chicken with like they serve it in a rice. So because back in the Philippines, we live on rice,
Hmm.
and they put a yeah, like a plastic on the rice, and then serve it with your gravy and your chicken, and
I,
yeah,
I
so,
would love to go to one. I've never been. I had never heard of that restaurant before the pop came out, and I know a lot of people even out here in the U.S. that have been to Jollibee's, and I would love to have it sometime. I've never had it, so
yeah,
sometime.
oh, definitely, yeah. So yeah, it's one of the very because in Australia we don't have yeah, Jollibee either here, but yeah, yeah,
Now,
we've got like
question: how long did you live in the Philippines? Or
so I've always been born here in Australia. So my mum is Philippines, Filipina, and yeah, so I'm half Australian, half Filipina, Pinoy, and
got it.
yeah, my dad was Australian, but yeah, he kind of like passed when I was a young age, and yeah, so yeah, yeah.
The reason why I ask, I wondered if you were born in the Philippines, and then when you picked up the Australian accent, if you
Oh,
picked.
okay.
I'm sure I have an accent, but
Yes.
I wonder when that came across. So it makes sense. You were born in Australia.
Yeah, yeah. Um, we have Populicious Nostalgia says, "G'day, Funko fam." Um, we have uh, Working Men here. Uh, yeah,
Some
and
interesting, right? Some names can be.
yeah, yeah. And then
Man,
we've got Snow. Yeah, and yeah. Oh, yeah. Um,
that's cool.
so
How long have you guys been doing this live stream? How long have you guys been doing this?
so basically for me, I've only just recently just started. So yeah, it's kind of good because what I'm aiming at is getting all of the Aussie collectors coming onto the panel and
Mhm.
talking about their passion, their collection. And yeah, and the ones that I really watch in the States of their channels, so like yourself and a few others. Yeah, I can't wait to have you guys, and having you on, and yeah, so it's really, really good. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, this is all new to me too. When the record was released, it was probably like
Yeah,
maybe 4 or 5 months ago, and then I started a YouTube channel and was doing so. It's very new for me.
yeah.
So
Oh, that's good. Yeah, yeah. Um, so is there any like uh yeah, any Funko Pops that you would like to see made by Funko, and yeah.
yeah, that's a good question. So what always comes to mind first is whenever I talk to my mom about pops and stuff, like she always asks me, "Do they have a Neil Diamond pop yet?"
Yeah.
A big Neil Diamond fan, and they don't. I don't. I mean, some of the pops they have, it's like, come on. But
Yeah,
so that would be cool because I'd like to, if they did eventually come out with a Neil Diamond pop, I'd like to be able to gift one to her. But that's a tough question. Like, I'm really happy before they start coming out with the retro toys. I would have said like more GI Joe, more Transformers, more He Man, and they're doing it. So that's awesome. Lee is one of my favorites. They,
Yeah.
I can't think really off the top of my head. It's like, wow, I would really want them to make this. Do you have any? Do you have one that you wish they would make?
Yeah, so basically, yeah, I want Funko to make, like, Biker Mice from Mars, to having the Street Sharks, to having, yeah, those things that, we really brought up,
Yeah,
watching when we were younger. And yeah, and yeah.
that's cool. One cartoon that comes to mind for me that maybe wasn't as popular. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but I used to watch it all the time when I was in like elementary and middle school. Was Exo Squad? Did you ever
Oh,
Exo Squad?
Exo Squad. I'm not sure.
Uh,
Yeah.
they were.
Oh,
I think they would make really neat Funko Pops because they kind of have this exosuit armor,
yes.
and they fly around space and they fight in space. So it's kind of like GI Joe, but in outer space with like mech suits.
Mhm.
So that would be something I think would be cool to see. You know,
Absolutely. And and say, what if it, like if Funko, yeah, I think they do have these people pops that, they've started, and
yeah,
yeah, how do you feel like they're making a pop of yourself, like, of you, Paul?
oh,
Yeah.
that would be amazing. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know who would want it, but I would.
I would definitely, yeah.
That's something
Yeah.
that um, I've been, I've spoken to Funko about that
Oh,
possibility because
yeah,
Guinness World Records is on board for something like that. You know,
yeah.
I kind of pitched to Funko a Guinness World Records line. I think would be really neat, and I may or may not be in the line. I would like to be in the line, but I think there's a lot of record holders that it would be cool to see them in a pop form. You know, I'm sure we could all think of different Guinness record people and kind of envision them as a pop, but
Yeah.
yeah, that would be awesome. That would be cool.
And say, what kind of, would you like it to be, like a flocked, or a, yeah, like a glittered, or yeah, with a, nice, yeah, flock beard.
It would be, yeah, just like the team that I work with that my coworkers like handful of years ago, they one of their daughters is in kind of creative and art and stuff, and they made me a like kind of DIY pop, do it yourself, the blank pops.
Oh, really?
They
Oh,
made
wow.
it for me
Yeah.
for my birthday several years ago. Um,
Oh,
so I have a couple, and then my wife and I had custom pops made of ourselves for our wedding. So to go on our wedding
yeah.
cake, like
On your
wedding.
wedding cake.
Mhm.
Oh, that's good. Special. Yeah.
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
still have custom pops, and I know they Funko did start where you can pop yourself if you're at
Mm.
their one of their headquarters. I think like in Seattle, Washington, and stuff. You can buy a pop of yourself,
Yeah.
and you custom make it. So that would be neat, But it
Yeah.
would be really nice if they did make an official pop. Again, it
Yeah.
might 15 people might want it, and that's it. But you know, it still would be
Mm.
cool to say, hey, they made a pop.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. Hey, yeah, it's like one of my big dreams, like, to travel, and that's one of the places I really want to go, is over there in the States, and to, go to the Funko, yeah, Funko HQ and things like that. So, yeah,
That's awesome. Yeah,
yeah,
I've never been, so it's just
mm,
it would be a cross country trip for me because I'm in
yeah,
Virginia, and I'll live
Virginia.
in
Uh-huh.
Seattle, Washington. So.
Yeah. So basically, in over there, you've got the east side, and is it east, and then you got the south? Uh, yeah,
There's the Eastern, Central, and then Western.
and the western.
So I
Oh,
think it
yes.
would be considered the Western time zone. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Mountain Pacific. I think it's called Mountain Pacific time zone.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Have you ever received Funko Pops, as like gift from from like your loved ones,
Oh,
or yeah,
all the time. Not anymore. I'll
not
put it
anymore.
because they like, well, you have them all. I'm like, well, I don't have them all, but I do have most. Yeah. So they used to. Though. Yeah, I've gotten quite a few. My wife gifted me at the time. It was kind of the elusive metallic Skeletor from Gemini Collectibles that we
Yeah.
stocking and restocking over and over again. Um, so she was able to get that for me, and then I think my mom for Christmas one year got me the original Edward Scissorhands pop, and Huckleberry Hound, the original Huckleberry Hound, and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I've gotten quite a few gifts over the years like that.
Oh, well, yeah, no, that's really good. I got a friend of mine sending me the Jollibee what is it? Flocked,
Oh,
and then the Hattie's one, which is a glittered one. Yeah, yeah. Because I did a trade, and it was the one with Dexter's Laboratory and the Aussie one that comes with a pin.
oh,
Um, yeah, so it's like one of those round the world ones. So
yeah, the Run the
yeah,
World. Cool. Those are
yeah, yeah,
cool.
and
And it looks like you like 10-inch pops. I can see a whole bunch of 10-inch pops behind you.
yeah. So basically, all the 10 inches along here, and then on this here behind here is two layers deep. So
Mm-hmm.
if you pull one out, you've got all of them behind there, and they're pretty much stacked on its side. So yeah, so there's a lot more behind those ones,
Cool.
and then and I'll show you some more.
Yeah, I love seeing other people's collections too.
So yeah, you got all your 10 inches up there, and you've got all the music ones there up the top, and yeah, basically goes all the way around here,
Nice.
and and then I've got ones that are up top there. So you got your 18-inch Batman, uh, and yeah, some of these ones,
Oh, cool.
and I've also got like figures which are like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ones displayed in the glass cabinets.
Oh, those are neat.
Uh,
Is that from the movie, or those are the movie version?
yeah, so the movie ones that are here, yeah, and and then yeah, so I've got like some figures here of Star Lord and things like that,
Cool.
um, and then basically a bit of lounge fly because I have Toy Story, and then I've got the Elvis, the
Oh,
Elvis one, Elvis ones here that are displayed
the,
out.
the Elvi, multiple Elvises or Elvi.
Yeah, and this one is a glittered one, and these ones, yeah. So
Cool.
yeah,
It,
and
when you look at people's collections, it kind of it tells you a lot about them, right? It tells you what
yeah,
their interests and their
yeah,
hobbies. And I think I saw a lot of Guardians of the Galaxy, and
yeah, and so I love the Marvel Zombie 10 inches. So I've got those ones, and I love the Freddy Funkos
mm,
that are there. So they're really hard here in Australia to get.
mm.
So basically, yeah, going through eBay or something like that. But yeah, so these are all of those ones here.
Now I think
Uh,
I noticed. Did I see inbox Elvises as well?
yeah, so I've got the inbox inbox ones up top here.
Cool. So
Uh,
you have a set inbox and then a set out of box.
yeah, yeah, and then uh, you've got your ZZ Top ones, your Queen,
Cool.
um, and then Guns of Roses uh, as well,
Very nice.
and
Very
the Masters of the Universe Panther flocked one. Yeah, and yeah, and then
so,
basically,
I think I saw a pop culture, or right? Is that a pop culture sticker on that Panther?
Yeah. So this one's the pop culture sticker one. Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
kind of the bane, I think, of a lot of collectors in
Yeah.
general, because they don't ship to the United States.
Yeah.
Pop culture doesn't.
And then all these ones that I've got up along here is your Funko soda
Cool.
cans. So they basically run all along this row of on the wall up here.
Oh, that's cool.
And then
I haven't gotten into this.
oh, okay,
My wife would be happy to hear that.
yeah,
So do you like them? You like the sodas? Have you pulled any chases?
yeah. So this one here is a chase of the Oogie Boogie one
Mm-hmm.
from Nightmare Before Christmas. You got your chase Roger Rabbit one.
Oh, nice.
Um, yeah, and then this one here, which is the Thanos with no helmet. That is a chase one. Um,
Cool.
yeah, and yeah, and then I have the Masters of the Universe, which is the metallic one over there.
Oh, the
Yeah,
spike.
the Spikle. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, and yeah. So I've also got like comics in that there as well, and outer boxes as well.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, yeah,
So here's the never ending question for collectors, right? Is like, what do you do when you run out of space?
yeah.
You know.
Well, that's true. Yeah. So basically, this wall here, maybe by the end of this year, 2021, that would probably, yeah, probably be filled up again. So just
Mhm.
making space in for all of them. But yeah,
Awesome. Thank
yeah.
you for doing that tour. That's really cool.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, and yeah. So basically, uh, on my spare time that I don't yeah on my spare time I get into playing guitar. So I've got my got my guitar there, but yeah,
Very
yeah,
nice.
yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, I recently started getting into. I don't know if you ever heard of Marvel Legends.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Those
years
ones
ago.
are good.
So I have a bunch of those now that I've eventually going to start displaying and stuff. And I'm not stopping Funko Pops, but I have cut back quite a bit, and I've sold some. And
Yeah.
um, I don't think it's available in Australia or in the Philippines or whatnot. But Mercari is like an online app, and I
Ah.
I sell a lot of stuff on there, and I actually partner with them. They sponsor some of my YouTube videos and stuff.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so
Yeah.
I tend to sell some stuff on there quite a bit.
Mm. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah. Yeah. Um. So yeah. This one is, do you keep an estimate count of how many Funkos are in your collection? So basically, you have the app.
I do. I have the Funko app. I don't love the Funko app. It's not bad. I think it's a lot better than it was initially, but I mainly use Pop Price Guide.
What
So
price guide? Yeah.
yeah, that's usually my main. And I also have like a separate tracker too that I keep track of stuff. So that's kind of extra and overboard, but I do have that. But I have an idea of how many I have. I did a count the one day. I just was down here counting, just to kind of recount. And I think I have at least like 5,500 now, because I've sold probably about 500 or 600 pops this past year, because we moved and bought a house. So
Yeah.
we moved into this house, and I had to move all this stuff, uh,
Uh,
which was interesting. But it's finally almost all set back up. But in the process, I kind of got rid of 500 or 600 pops that I sold to a toy store that I've bought from before. And
yeah.
so but now I'm back up, and I'm over what the record was. So I think I have around 5,600, pops right now.
Oh
So
wow. Oh, okay. Yeah. And like moving them was yeah, maybe take a while, since you moved into your new place. And
yeah.
yeah, and I've seen the videos that yeah, yeah, as you were displaying like them on your new shelves and things
Yeah,
like that. So
DC,
yeah,
yeah, the DC superhero pops. Yeah, I did a video about
yeah,
what I for them, the shelves I use, and all that stuff. Yeah, so that whole
yeah.
section is full now. The three shelves that you saw in that video were all DC, so that's full now. And then there's two more shelves next to it now, and that has all my video game pops on it. So those are all out of
Oh,
box. Um,
yeah.
yeah, when I moved, I chose to do this, but I individually repacked all of them back in their box, and then box them all back up, and then move those boxes, and then unpack them, and then box them, and then put them up. So it's a process. It took a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Um, so yeah, Paul, do you see yourself collecting, say, 5, 10 years from now, and yeah, it will never stop?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, at some point, like you said, you run out of room, and you just
Yes.
kind of downsize and sell other things, and I've started to do some of that purging a little bit recently. I just sold my Riverdale set that I had because it's things that were maybe neat at the time, or I get them at a good deal, and then it's like, do I watch Riverdale? No, I don't. I like the Archie comics pops, so I keep those, but I just kind of continue to, um, like most collectors, I think they start selling things that they no longer really want, or new things maybe coming out that they like better, and
Yes.
or for financial purposes too. I'm sure if you have a bill coming up or something, like we have a baby, that's a
Yeah.
huge, but trying to purge a little bit of the collection, that way.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah. Um, so like when you go out and you buy a certain pop, um, Funko Pop, are you selective, or do you know straight away which ones you're wanting to get?
Yeah, I kind of have a process, that I try not to pay retail for most pops, so I try to pay under retail. Um, so when I kind of have a system. I think I did a video on it that it may or may not have come out that great, because I'm going to probably do another one just to kind of rehash some of the things and really break it down a little bit for what I do. But I use, for brand new pops, I tend to use Hot Topic and Box Lunch. So
Okay.
those are the two main stores that I usually, for online, and I use my Box Lunch money and Hot Cash, so it's like 50% off essentially. So
Oh
most of
wow.
the pops, yeah, most of the common pops that I have in my collection, I usually get for $5 or $6 a piece. So I kind of have that system that I have, and then for exclusives and different things that you can only buy. If it's a pop that I want, but I know that it's probably going to sell out, then I'll get it. Um, but if it's a pop that it's like, yeah, I want it, but I know it's not really that popular, it'll probably be around later. Then I wait, and it's all about, unless it's a super rare limited edition, it'll be around. It'll be,
Yeah.
depending on where you are, I guess, around the world, and how available it is. It'll be available, and so I can sit on some and wait, and then I end up getting them at a much cheaper price.
Oh,
You know,
nice. Yeah.
so mhm.
Um, I have a local store which I go to, and that is here in Australia, in Brisbane, where I am in Queensland, and they have these pop pop cards here, and basically each pop they'll stamp it, and so this is 11, and then there you get a free pop there.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
so yeah, so these cards are very very addictive. And so with these cards as well, they put it into a raffle, and so every month they will do like all of these cards, and I think you've got a number on these cards as well.
Hmm.
So that goes onto the system, and it will say who the winner is, and they will either email you or give you a call. And then, yeah, so basically, then you go to your local store, and then they will have all the chase variants up on screen, and then you can choose what ones that you would love to have as a chase variant.
Wow.
Um, so
Have you
yeah,
before? Have you won that?
yeah. So basically, I've won the Nacho Libre. So
Oh,
I'll
awesome.
show you I'll show you that one. Um,
Yeah, that is an awesome pop for sure.
yeah. So this is the one that I won from them, which is this one here.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so the Nacho Libre chase. But my very first chase that I ever won from them was the um, Woody Woodpecker one that I have up there, and yeah, that was my very first chase Funko Pop in my collection.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
and he's got the mallet in his hand.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, so that was the
Yeah,
chase variant.
those are two that I do not have.
Yeah.
I don't have the Woody Woodpecker chase or the Nacho Libre chase.
Oh,
So
yeah. Hmm.
not because I don't want them, I just haven't found them.
Yeah.
So,
But one that I found in the wild when at my local store was the Happy Gilmore chubs with the missing fingers. Mm. And
that
I love that movie. Yeah.
that's an awesome. I think I saw your 2-pack when you were going around the room with Happy and the host of The Price is Right when they're fighting.
Yeah. And yeah, and yeah, so that was I love the movie ones as well. I know you also are big on the Sesame Street ones, which you love. Yeah.
I think if I don't know if you can see them. Let me see. Can you see?
Ah, there they are. Big Bird and
Yeah,
um yeah, and the Cookie Monster, Elmo. Yeah. Oh, that's lovely.
you can see. I'm trying. So and
Oh,
there's
there you
the
are
Muppet
too.
too.
Mm.
So I'm missing one Muppet that I it's not hard to find. It's just pricey. Doctor Teeth. So
Ah,
the only Muppet
okay.
I don't have. So once
Yeah.
I get him, I was going to do a video and do like a Muppets review and show them all. But I don't have the Doctor Teeth yet. But
Yeah. Oh.
but Sesame Street Muppets, those are amazing.
Yeah, definitely. Um, and some of those are really gone up in value, especially the drummer. Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
Animal.
metallic one. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, I have the regular and I have the flocked
and the
animal.
fluff. Oh,
Mhm.
cool. Um, so the next question is, how does your partner, your wife, how does she feel about your collection?
Sure. So anyone that's watched my YouTube channel will know for sure how she feels about my collection. But
Absolutely.
yeah, she makes some cameo appearances in them. But I mean, she knew about the collection before we got married, and she gets it. She understands it. She's very patient about it. It weighs on it would weigh on anybody. Somebody that has a huge collection like this, no matter what it is. But we make the most of it, and she's kind of embraced it, and um, she's a part of it. She has some of these. She has deemed hers, so some
Okay.
of these pops are hers. She loves like the Pretty Woman pops. We have the whole
Yeah,
set of Pretty Woman,
Pretty
and
Woman.
yeah, the Fifth Element, and some Disney pops and different things. So she definitely has ones that she likes, but she's not really a collector. She doesn't really collect things or collect pops really.
Hmm.
So she tolerates it. She
Oh,
tolerates
okay. Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah. So we have a question here from Funko PDX. Says, do you use not what's not to look up pops?
I haven't used Whatnot that much, but I may start using it a little bit more. They actually reached out to me recently, and I had a conversation with one of their marketing folks, and so I think we're going to plan to do like a live auction. And I've never used Whatnot yet. I've checked it out, and I want to check out some more live streams because I don't really understand how to do it yet. But I would like to do like a live stream auction and auction off some pops and some other Funko items and collectibles and things that I have like for sale. But I haven't actually purchased anything from Whatnot yet.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it was the first time I've ever heard of Whatnot. Yeah, so yeah.
It's like a really great app, and for Grail, when I was talking to the gentleman from that company, essentially anything that you sell, especially Grail, maybe not low end items, but Grail items, you have to ship it to them, and they'll inspect it first to make
Oh,
sure
okay.
it's not fake, and
Yeah.
then they sell it. So that's
Ah,
that's something I hadn't heard of before.
yeah. Oh, definitely.
Mhm.
um, yeah. So that's a really good question, Funko PDX. Um, yeah. So yeah, Paul, did you ever expect, like, having your collection as it is, as it is now, having this, so many pops like in your collection? Did you ever imagine having this big full room? Yeah, no.
Not at
Yeah,
all, not at all. It's kind of, as I was collecting them in the office, I had these really nice built-in shelves in my
mm,
office at work,
at
and
the
so
work.
I eventually filled those up, and then I had to get other shelves and filled those up, and it just kept going. So
Yeah. Oh, nice. And what is your favorite chase pop, or yeah? Because you said the soda ones you don't haven't collected. Is that right? Yeah.
yeah, I don't have any Funko
Oh, okay. Yeah.
soda. I haven't opened that can, so to speak. I haven't started down that road, but my favorite chase, I think I have about 60 or 70 chases total.
Mhm.
Um, which one would be my favorite? Trying to think. I can't see them right now. They're on a back wall. I really like the Hellboy chase. So I have that one from the comic books, the Hellboy. So I have that chase. That one comes to mind. Um,
Nice.
uh, let's see. Some of the Hanna-Barbera chases, like Snagglepuss. I have the Snagglepuss chase and things like that. Yeah.
And say, like, do you enjoy mystery boxes, like, yeah, the mystery boxes that you got?
Kind of like over time. In the beginning, I did. I think more because I didn't really know what was out there, and I didn't have a lot of them, and so mystery boxes were more enticing. But once I started to really kind of fill complete sets and different things, I really try to target exactly what I want, and so I'll just kind of spend the money on exactly what I want. I did do some mystery minis at some point, and that's kind of like a mystery box in a way. You don't know what you're going to get. There's a fun element to that, but when it comes to pops, I usually don't do mystery boxes too often.
Mhm.
A
Oh, okay.
chance at a Grail, is cool, but usually I tend to just go right after whatever I want and just go for
Mm.
that. So save
Oh,
up or sell things and trade or something.
yeah.
So
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Um, so what are your favorite places to shop? So it's Box Lunch. Is that one of them? Yeah.
Yeah, so for new pops, so for brand new pops and pre-orders for new pops for commons, I would say Hot Topic and Box Lunch. Those are the main places. Sometimes I'll use Walmart, or Deep Discount is another online retailer, depending on the pops. Like if I can't find them at Hot Topic or Box Lunch, then I'll kind of look at other places, and um, sometimes they'll sell out with one retailer, and then you can find them with another retailer. So, like I recently pre-ordered the new GI Joe pops from, I don't know if you saw
Oh,
Funko Fair
yeah.
21.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I
Oh,
pre-ordered the four GI Joe pops, and a couple of the NBA legends like Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, the two
Allen
Bulls.
Iverson. Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's cool.
I got those from Walmart.
Yeah.
So for pops like that that I know are going to sell out and that I really want to add to the collection, I'll pay the retail rate for those, but the rest of it I'll wait. So for new pops, there's that, and then for exclusives, I usually buy them at the place that they're exclusive to. So whether it's GameStop has a lot of exclusives, Hot Topic, Box Lunch, Target, Walmart. I'll tend to pick them up online or in store from those places.
Yeah.
And then older pops, I'll tend to get those on eBay or Mercari.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
try to find those. I think I recently just picked up a Chase Mayer. The Mayer,
Kamea. Yeah, from Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah.
$20 on Mercari.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah.
So you can find some good deals, now and again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I got the Mayo one up there, which is the Chase, and
Oh, cool.
yeah, I also won that from my local store as well, and yeah,
Really cool.
yeah, yeah, and uh, Paul, have you been to a Comic Con or a yeah back
Hmm.
there where you are and like when you go to those Comic Cons, what are the things that you look forward to seeing, or you look forward to yeah, things like that?
I've never been to a big Comic Con, so I've never been to like San Diego or New York Comic Con. I would love to go, and once we kind of get past the pandemic, hopefully at some point,
Yeah,
I would love to go to something like that. Um,
nice.
but the only con I've been to is a local, kind of local one in Baltimore, Maryland. So I've been to the Baltimore Con, and I like the true Comic Cons where it's about comic books. It's
Nice.
about
Yeah.
comic books, and comic creators are there, and you can get stuff signed, and you can talk with people and talk with the creators. So that I really enjoy that. Um, the kind of San Diego, New York Comic Con where there's all this stuff and actors and entertainment and movies and TV. Like I'm not so much into that necessarily. Like I would like to go, but I really like the true comic cons, before they became what they are today. I like the where you can find great issues, back issues, talk to creators, writers and artists, and you know
Yes.
get stickers and things like that. I like that.
Mm. Yeah, that's one thing I love going when I go to, we call it here in Australia, which is Supernova. So basically, Supernova is like your Comic Cons, but it always fits in the month of November, which is good for me because my birthday fits in November. So it's like just before my birthday, I have all the,
Oh,
um, spending money. So yeah.
nice.
And yeah, so I look forward to like when I go there. I love seeing, I'm a cosplayer, so I have the whole costume of Star Lord, and I've got the actual helmet and yeah, the suit and
You'll
everything
have
like
to
that.
take a picture if you have a picture. That would be cool.
Yeah, definitely. And I love people walking around, and the children want to take a photo with me, which is it's really lovely to do that. And you just you're basically in your world when you go there, and it's just yeah,
Yeah.
seeing all these things. And I love going to the talk shows to inside where you sit down and they'll just talk about your comics. They'll talk about yeah, things that on the show. So it's
Panel,
really good.
the
Mm.
panel guests and stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and I'll be honest, I have, with the Guinness World Record, I've reached out to some places to try to be a guest so I can get in for free.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
You
Yeah,
know, just like, hey, nobody might care that I'm here, but I got here for free.
mm,
So, I've been trying to do that. So no luck so far, but we'll see.
yeah. Oh. Um. So we have Joy Montin. Hello. Who else do we have here? Bazooka Sisters. How you going? Uh, we've got Dream. Hello, Dream. How are you? Uh, we have, yeah, and I think that's all that's come up, really. Yeah.
Cool.
Um, so, what is your take when Funko releases a same mold, but makes it as a flocked, a glow in the dark, glittered, or metallic? Yeah.
Yeah. So my thoughts on that has changed quite a bit. So when I first started collecting, I used to get all the variants. I
All the
would
variants.
I would get the flock, I would get the metallic, I would get the glitter, whatever it is. And then at some point, because at the very beginning when I started collecting, there was a lot of pops, but there wasn't near as many as exist now.
Mhm.
And so I was kind of a completionist in the beginning because it was like, there's only 100 pops in this line and 100 pops in that line and 50 in this, so I can get them all. We can do the Pokemon thing and like collect them all. But uh, at some point that became impossible, and at some point it just kind of becomes a little bit ridiculous when it's the same character, the same mold, but it's just glow in the dark, flock, metallic, whatever. So it's really, I usually pass on all those now.
Yeah.
I've actually sold quite a few of my variants,
Oh.
except for a select few. Like
Yeah.
I kept some of my Disney flocked ones, and even chases. If the chase is just flocked or glow in the dark or something, I may just sell that. I like chases that are different. Like the speed racer. Like you got
Oh, yes.
the regular speed racer here, and
Oh,
then it's totally,
and then you've got that one. Yeah.
yeah, same body, but the face is different, so it's
The face.
significant.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
I prefer pops like that or
Yeah.
chases like that. So I rarely buy variants at all. You know,
Okay. Yeah. Mm.
not that it's do it. I'm sure people buy them and they love them, and some people like the glow in the dark. And my wife actually surprised me the other day. I passed on the black light pops. I don't know if you have it.
Oh, yeah, I got a few of those ones. The like the Joker, the
Yes,
Batman,
the
the
Batman,
Harley.
and then the
Mm.
Marvel there's the Marvel black light and some. And I was
Yeah.
like, glow in the dark. I mean, they're cool, but it's not my thing. So I passed on all of them. Right. So thinking that usually when I pass on pops, that's a good thing with my wife.
Yeah.
But in this case, it was a bad thing. So I still got in the doghouse, but because she really liked them, and so I ended up finding them and picking them up after the fact. But so she kind of surprised me that she liked those. But that's the most recent, I think, variant that I've bought, and they are really cool. They are kind of different. They do kind of have a different look to them,
Yeah.
than the normal versions. But
Mm.
so
Yeah, I've got three of the Chester ones, which is yeah, the variants, which is the diamond, yeah, glow in the dark, and yeah, and then that's the yeah, the normal common one.
here,
Yeah.
like Bob Ross, for instance, like Bob Ross, the guy. Like I have every
Yeah.
single Bob Ross. I don't know if you can see um, down there. You see the white pop there. That's the Duke.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
have all the Bob Ross pops, the flocked one, the regular one, even the plain white one. So if it's
Oh,
like a character that I really like, then I might get all the variants to it and
yeah.
things like that.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah. Um, that's cool. Uh, so aside from, like the Funko Pops, is there anything else that, you love to collect? Like, aside from the pops? Yeah.
Yeah, comic books. So I probably have about 12,000 comic books. Um,
Oh, right.
I'm
Yeah.
working on downsizing and selling some, but Marvel Legends. I've started kind of collecting some Marvel Legend figures. Besides pops, I back when I was collecting all the different pops and stuff, I collected pretty much all the Funko lines. So
Nice. Yeah.
doors, I have almost
Jordan.
all
Yeah.
doors, which I've started selling some of those.
Mm.
Mystery minis, keychains, T-shirts. Like um, uh, pint-sized heroes. Vinyl idols. I have all the vinyl idols. And I just did a video today. I don't know if you've seen it yet on
Fabrics. Yeah.
fabric. The Funko stations, which are cool, and I'm going to be selling some
Yeah.
of those.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I'll be putting some of those up on Mercari, but all sorts of stuff like that.
Mm. I have the fabric ones as well. They are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ones that I
My,
saw in your video.
my
Yeah.
favorite, yes,
Yeah. And
awesome.
I love having the all of those yeah, all of those TMNT ones. So yeah.
And then there's the Hikari. I don't know if you have any Hikaris, um,
um,
but I have all the turtles for that too. The Ninja Turtle Hikaris, and those are the Japanese like they're about 6 inches and they're in the thin boxes. I don't know if you've seen those, but they're Funko, still Funko.
Oh,
They don't
nice.
make them anymore, I don't think, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, cool. um, so yeah, we got the Pop Lot shop. Hey guys. Yeah, so they're really cool. You know, they're from yeah, Las Vegas, and I do shop from them, and yeah, so they're really helpful and very kind.
Cool.
We have the McDorks pop here, so they say hello, and yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I
Uh,
noticed the YouTube symbol on. Are these their YouTube accounts that they're kind of streaming in on, or is that how that works?
yeah, so these ones are the ones that they're commenting here.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah. Um, so yeah.
Cool.
uh,
Would it be okay if I put the name of my channel in the chat if people wanted to
yeah.
check it out? Or
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I've never been. This is really neat. The Streamyard. I've heard of
Oh,
it before, but I've never never been a part of something like this. So
yeah.
let's see if it'll work for me here.
So my mum says, Paul, congratulations, the Guinness World Records. Well done. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Uh,
Yeah, I am very proud of that. I mean, it's something that it's interesting. It was one thing to get the record, which was cool, and then it was another thing to get their attention to do other things.
yeah.
And so I really had to push and really reach out a couple times because I had seen other videos on YouTube. I think there was a guy that has the largest video game collection, and I
Oh,
saw that
okay.
video, and I thought to myself, like, wouldn't it be cool to have a video like that for Pops? And I was like, maybe they would want to do that with my collection. So I reached out and finally got the right person who got me in touch with the other right person, and then we did it. We set it up, and they selected the record to go in the book, so that I'm on like half a page in the book, which is cool. So if you get a chance to pick that up, feel free to pick the 2021 book up, and it's and then the video, they agreed to do that, and so they came out from England. There was a shooting team of 3 filming crew came out, and then we shot that Guinness video. It was a 9-hour day, which is really fun. It was tiring, but it was fun. And in my previous house in the basement, we shot that video. And so then getting in touch with Funko, and so now I'm kind of in the process of doing all that stuff,
Yeah.
to see what can happen. So,
Mm.
but I
Oh,
did put
okay. Yeah.
the name in the chat. If they wanted to search on YouTube, search for the pop, or I should come up. And
Yeah.
I'm a little hesitant to leave the window I'm in right now to copy the link because I don't want to
Oh,
lose.
yeah.
I won't do
Yeah.
that, but
Yeah.
it should come up if people search for that if they want to. So
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hmm. Um. Yeah. So, do you have like yeah, like the 10 inches?
I do. Yeah, I have some 10 inches. I
Oh yeah.
have the only one over here is the. Let's see which way do I want to do this one? There. Oh, there it is. The Indiana Jones.
Ah, yeah. Oh,
So I
that's
have,
really cool.
yeah, a friend of mine that lives in Florida sent me that from the Disney parks and stuff. Um, and then I have a toothless 10-inch. My wife loves that one. She loves How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah.
Uh, I have Tony the Tiger, which I see behind you as well. I have that
Oh
one.
yes. Yeah.
And then some of the others, I don't have many of the ones you have. I have the Hulk Gladiator. Uh,
Uh-huh.
I think I have the Baby Groot
Yeah.
and Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet, but that's really it. And the Target Dog. I think I have the Target
The
Dog too.
target dog. Oh
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I'm very big on the ad icons, and I'm not sure if you'd seen this one, but this one I got just recently, and it is the Jollibee on the motorbike here.
Cool.
So yeah, and it's got the exclusive Jollibee store sticker. So yeah, that one is yeah, I've been really looking for this everywhere, and yeah,
That's a nice one. Yeah, I see Jollibee kind of stuff is something that's hard for me to get in the States. You
yeah,
know, I have the
yeah.
regular, the very first Jollibee, but that's it. I
Oh,
don't
okay,
do the other ones. Yeah.
yeah. And yeah, it's really, like, for the background, yeah. And I think they've also made a Voltes 5, if you remember them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they have that pop, but yeah, it hasn't released here in Australia, but I think where you guys are from, and
Mhm.
also in the Philippines as well, they yeah,
Yeah,
they got that there.
don't have that one either. That one's a cool pop. I do have it's I guess sort of similar. The what are they called? I'm looking at them right now. Um, kind of the United States equivalent of the where they all form the big not Power Rangers, not the Megazord, but no, I'm blanking on the name. I can't recall it. Let me see if you can see it. Let's see.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you can see the. Can you see the guy on the ground, kind of the mech suit?
Yeah, where the some,
I
oh,
can't
okay,
recall it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, nice. So
that,
yeah, you love very big on your GI Joes, and
yeah.
so when you were like at a growing up and that, did you've had the actual figures, the
Hmm.
yeah,
I did.
nice,
I had kind of the typical size GI Joes, not the big ones or the typical size ones. So yeah, GI Joes, Ninja Turtles, Transformers,
yeah,
uh, E-Man, all that stuff.
yeah. Oh, lovely. Yeah. Um, So yeah, like if you could only choose like one Funko Pop and you had to get rid of say the others, which one would you really keep in your collection? And yeah,
Yeah, I mean that's the thing about this. It's just stuff. You know what I mean? So like if I had to get rid of all of it tomorrow, would it suck? Yeah, of course it would suck, but it would be fine. Because it's not. It's important and it's kind of a hobby. It's a thing, and I've been blessed and very grateful for all the things that have happened with Guinness and maybe things yet to happen.
yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's not the most important thing. But I would definitely keep that Valentine's Day stitch. Because
Oh yeah.
it's
Uh-huh.
not valuable. It has nothing like that. But kind of meaningful wise, that has the most meaning.
Mm. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, the one that I would really keep is they're definitely the one that my mum gave me, which is this one here. This is the Jollibee, and
Yeah.
yeah, very special, this one.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
if you do decide to just get rid of everything and keep one, let me know about that Nacho Libre
Oh,
chase.
definitely, yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
Give me a call.
Um, yeah. So with the 5 random uh so the toy fair that just happened, that's with the announcement. So you know this year, what are you excited for, and what ones do you like hoping to get?
So what the first couple of days I was like, oh, this is great. I don't really want anything, and so I can just pass because I'm not really big into anime except for
And
Dragon Ball Z. I like, but all the other anime stuff I'm not really into. Animation I like a lot of the cartoons, but anime I'm not really into. Um, so and some of the re-releases that have already been out, like WandaVision, which you probably saw that. Hopefully, the video I did. If you hopefully you liked it.
yeah.
But the WandaVision pops that had already been out,
Mhm.
and the Minions pops and stuff. So a lot of that stuff's already been out. But I really like the GI Joe pops that they announced,
Yeah.
and the wrestlers. I have a lot of WWE wrestlers, and so I did
Nice.
actually pre-order some of those too. I pre-ordered the GI Joe, the WWE, and some of the NBA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
Oh, that's
other than that, everything else I was willing, of course, to wait, until they come out and order it during Hot Cash or Box Lunch Money or something like that.
yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have One. Hello. How are you? Um, who else we have here? Um, okay. And yeah, I want to say hello to MacDorks, Pops. They're really ones that I love watching as well. Back there as well, and they're one of my faves. And they're so cool. They say Nacho Libre tends to be the popular one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I have a little saltiness about it because I had ordered the two set, the common and the chase from an online retailer that is kind of a smaller retailer. I'm not going to name them, and it ended up falling through. It got canceled. It's not their fault. They just didn't get the shipment from Funko. So I was like, oh, I thought I had the chase, but I did, and now it's worth a lot more, and I haven't been able to get it. So
yeah,
yeah, as it
yeah,
goes.
yeah. Oh, cool. And says, yeah, save money while collecting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. So, is there any messages from the chat that you would like to answer, or yeah, would like
Yeah,
to have a question?
actually, I didn't even realize this. I've been on the private chat this whole time, so nothing's been showing for me. So now I can see the comments. I just clicked on the
Oh,
comments.
oh, okay. Yeah,
Uh, yeah, I don't see any
yeah,
questions per se, like any actual questions.
yeah,
Let's see, go all the way down to the bottom here. But yeah, if anyone does have a question and they want to put it in the chat, I'd be happy to answer it.
yeah.
So I always see this one. What pop do you want the most but don't have? That's a good question. I would say right now it's Dr. Teeth
Dr. Teeth. Yeah,
for the Muppets. Yeah, that'll complete the Muppets collection. And now that I've started to do these videos where I just kind of show a complete collection, it's very satisfying in a way. So that I would say Dr. Teeth for sure.
Dr. Teeth. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's really cool. Yeah. Um, yeah. So we've got some 5 random questions here. So one is, what is your favorite color?
Oh,
Yeah,
fair. Red.
red. Nice. Uh, what is your favorite ice cream?
Oh, now you got me thinking about ice cream. It's too late out here for me to eat ice cream, but let's see. I would say I like chocolate chip ice cream.
Chocolate chip.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Um, and your favorite food?
Favorite food would be, oh, that's a tough one. I would say like a lasagna. I'm Italian, so I like pasta and stuff like that. So I would say lasagna.
Mm. Have you traveled there, Paul? Like to over in Italy and
I
things?
haven't. No, I haven't. When I was in high school, we had a foreign exchange student from Italy or from France stay with us because I took French for some reason in high school. But I always wanted to go to Italy, so I've never experienced it. I've had family members that have gone to Italy, and my family's from Sicily, so that's where.
Sicily. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
And what is it like in Sicily? Is it cold? Does it get yeah
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't. I think the weather's probably better than it is here in Virginia, but
yeah
I
yeah
don't know for sure.
yeah here in Brisbane we're suffering at the moment for the bushfires. So back in Western in WA.
Mm.
They're having bushfires at the moment, but here, yeah, it's been really, really hot. We're praying for the rain.
Yeah.
So
Right.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, we've
very
had snow and all sorts of stuff out here right now. We're
mm,
kind of in our winter season.
winter
So,
season. Nice. So that's with this one here. Like, what is your favorite holiday season?
oh, I would say Christmas holiday.
Christmas.
Even despite the winter and the snow and all that stuff, I think just Christmas being with family and just everything that comes with Christmas, and I would say is my favorite.
Nice. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, okay, we've got a lot of things here.
Oh yeah, I do
Let's,
see some questions down here.
oh,
Favorite actor, hero, movie, and Disney character.
yeah. What
Oops, I'm
pop do
clicking the wrong
you
one.
want most? But have you done? Not sure if we did that.
Oh yeah, that one I answered. I think I do
Oh,
see
okay.
other ones here. Favorite actor? That's a good question. I should probably think about some of these questions before I talk with folks, just just to have a better idea. Like, wait, let me check
Yeah.
my list. Yes, it's this. Um, I really liked how well, my favorite movie is Batman Returns.
Mm,
Or I'm sorry, The Dark Knight, the Batman The Dark Knight, the second Dark Knight movie with Christian Bale. So I
Christian.
think, yeah, so I would probably put Christian Bale. I usually like movies that he's in, so he's up there. Maybe not my favorite, but one of my favorites. I can't think of a favorite offhand, but
Mm,
my favorite superhero is Spider-Man, and
Spider-Man.
I've been really happy with the new Spider-Man movies. The Far From Home, and the when he's crossed over in the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and Tom Holland being the actor. I wouldn't go as far to say he's my favorite actor, because I don't think he's really done too much outside of Spider-Man. But Spider-Man is my favorite character, and I really like those movies.
Yeah. So for me, it would probably be Heath Ledger,
Yes,
the Joker.
yeah,
But yeah, it's amazing. Like the new one, that new Joker, they did really really well in that one. And
I did that too. Yeah,
yeah,
that was really
yeah.
that was really cool. And then I see in here, do you like Disney? I do. And if
Uh,
what's your favorite character? Favorite character. Let me look at my Disney pops real quick. They're on the. That's a tough one. What comes to mind for me? Like, it's usually my daughter that watches the Disney stuff, and I mean, I guess you can say Marvel and Star Wars are a part of Disney because Disney owns them. But true Disney characters. My daughter loves Hercules. The
oh, cool.
that's a movie
Yeah,
that I watched more than I guess I would like to, because but I like that movie too. So I think Hercules is a really
Hercules.
neat
Oh,
movie.
nice. Yeah. Uh, Favorite hero. Um, hmm,
I would
that's a
say
hard
superhero Spider-Man, but kind of
one.
hero legend type character I think would be Bruce Lee.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Bruce Lee, and we were just watching Enter the Dragon last night with my family.
Oh, yeah.
Uh, yeah, it was on the TV. So
And how are the boys? Yeah, the ones that you did your videos, and they were
oh,
showing each their pops.
they're doing well. Yeah, they're here actually now. They're
Are
they're
they? Oh,
yeah, they're not allowed to come downstairs right now, but
mm,
um, it would be chaos. But yeah, so they're here, and with my wife ready to have her baby. Her family just came in to help, and my parents will be coming in the near future too. But yeah, they're here, and we're going to shoot some videos with them. Uh,
yeah.
we're going to do a Ninja Turtle video because I have the complete old set of Ninja Turtles
Oh, do
and
you? Oh,
the new retro ones too. And so one of
yeah.
them, one of my nephews loves the turtle, so we're going to do a video together, and then with the other ones too. So
I'm definitely chasing the Rocksteady and Bebop out there. The OG ones I still don't have, but I got all the other ones and the newer ones. So
cool.
yeah,
Did you get the 6-inch Krang? That
yeah. So yeah, getting that one. Yeah, soon. So uh,
cool.
Pop-A-Lot Shop. Yeah, if they were here before on the chat, but yeah, they really look out for me with that one, and yeah,
That's awesome.
uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
and I see the thank you for the congrats on the baby. I appreciate that.
yeah. So which one's that one? Oops. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
So yeah, that's really cool, and yeah, and so it's like, are the boys and your daughter, their holiday season?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they still have school. They're going to be doing school uh, from here virtually. My daughter does some virtual and some in school, and so she still has school and stuff next week, and I still have work. I haven't gone out of work yet for for the baby and stuff, but they'll be doing virtual school. Oh, I see this question that just popped up. It said, yes, I was. Not initially. I passed on all the black light pops because I don't really do glow in the dark stuff. And then my wife made a really smart comment that I totally, I'm an idiot for not thinking about this, but I was like, glow in the dark pops, I really don't like them because the lights have to be off, to see them, and I would like to see my pops with the lights on. And she's like, well, Paul, in your basement, when you turn the lights off, you turn the lights off in your basement, and then you would see them. Because they're, at some point the lights in my basement are off. They're not on all the time, and I'm like, you know what, you're right. So it would be cool to have glow in the dark light pops in the basement and turn the lights off, and then there they are. But yes, I was able to actually. There's a fellow collector in my Facebook group. So if anyone has Facebook, please, if you're willing, join our group. We have about 1,200 members right now. It's called Funko Pop Fans.
Funko Pop Fans. Oh,
yeah. So if you want to Funko and then Pop is capital P, capital O, capital P, fans, feel free to check that out on Facebook and join. Anyone can join. But a member of the group hooked me up and got me a really good deal on all 5, including the Spider-Man. So
that's really cool. Yeah. Yeah. Guys, I have to go. Great live. Thank you, McDogs, and thank you for coming tonight. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, like for me, that one is the only one that I'm pretty much missing is that Spider-Man. Yeah, the Spider-Man one and Black Lights and yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I'm
But
looking forward to those coming in.
yeah. Um, so if you had to choose one superpower, what superpower would you choose?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use a cheat answer. This is gonna be a total cheat answer, but I would want to have Franklin Richards' powers.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The son of Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman, because he basically can do anything.
Nice.
He can create worlds and do whatever he wants. So that's the cheat answer. But I think the superpower I would want to have would probably be flying. I think that would be really neat. You would save on plane tickets.
Yeah.
You would
That's
save.
right.
And
Yeah.
you can fly wherever you want. I think that would be cool.
Yeah. For me, it would be probably yeah, teleporting. Because I love to. Yeah, I also love to travel and just to teleport to places that you really like to go. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, you can teleport to that place and get that exclusive pop that's not where you are, or and then teleport back.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. Um. Yeah. So do you remember which was the first pop that you ever viewed on your channel? Like yeah.
Let's see. I think it was my trailer video, and I think the 18-inch Batman that you have,
Yes.
that was in there, and just some random pops I think were in the background when I did my trailer video. But yeah, I think the first after that, I'd have to check. I don't know that answer. It was probably an unboxing because I do
Oh
some
yeah.
unboxing stuff that I get, and I don't even know. I don't know what the first one would be. I'd have to go back and check.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Um. Well, yeah. So that's basically all I have for the questions. So if anyone else wants to fire some questions, yeah. Yeah.
Sure, sure. And is there a way I can type in the chat too? Is there a chat function for me?
I think there's what's this one? Post a comment down the. I'm not sure where.
So I
Yeah.
think private chat and then comments. I don't know if I have a chat function, which is
Oh,
fine. But
yeah. Yeah. But yeah. So yeah. So anyway, thank you so much, Paul. Thank you so much for being on my channel and yeah, talking about your collection and yeah, and it's
yeah,
been a great honor to have you.
oh, thank
Yeah.
you. No, it's my pleasure. I appreciate the invite and love meeting a fellow collector and hope this was entertaining for people
Yeah.
to hear and talk about things. And
Mm.
again, feel free to check out my different social media platforms, and I love interacting with people on there. Like
Yeah.
if excuse me,
That's okay.
I have a frog in my throat. If you search for the POPTHUSIAST, that's me. So if you search for that on Twitter or
Yes.
Instagram or Facebook, Funko Pop Fans on Facebook is my Facebook group, and then my YouTube channel, the POPTHUSIAST. It'd be great to see some folks and send me a message.
Mm. And yeah, so guys, please go over to Pop Enthusiast and please go and subscribe to his channel, and also go onto those media platforms. And yeah, so once again, I wish you all the best with your babies, and yeah, stay in contact. And yeah, so I really appreciate you coming on, and yeah, so thank you so much,
Great,
Paul, and
a great
yeah,
job hosting. I really appreciate it, and keep
thank
doing
you.
it. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So yeah. Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, you guys
Yeah.
have a good morning, and then I'll have a good night.
Yes. Have a good night, Paul. Thank you. Again, man. Yes. Okay. So there we go, guys. Yes. So there we go, guys. That was from the Guinness World Record. Paul. Um, yeah, and I just really want to thank Paul, so much for coming on and being my co-host. And it's a thing where I'm trying to get a lot of people on. So especially the Aussie community, the Australian community here, to talk about their collection and their passion of their collection. And also, I love to try and get people from the States as well. And yeah, so thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for your time and your effort to watch the videos. And yeah, I really appreciate everything. So again, this has been another episode of Bees, and it's yeah, episode 7. And yeah, so thank you everyone, and till next time, this is your boy Bees. Peace. Thanks, guys.